All right, man. Let's give a shout out to the Lady Gamecocks, man, on their win today. Great win today against LSU Tigers. Let me tell you something, man. I am a Camilla Cardosa fan. The game was delayed about 20 minutes or so towards the end of the game because there was an altercation. Now I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. I believe the referees got that call wrong. The referees got that call wrong from a certain perspective. The reason being, there's no way I believe that flau'jae should have been able to play out in that game when she started the whole situation. If you didn't watch this game today, you missed a great game. It was a physical game. I believe LSU, that was one of their tactics that they was trying to do is play physical so they can take USC out of their offense. Angel Reese talks a lot of junk. Now, don't get me wrong. I like Angel Reese. I like her competitive spirit. I like her competitive nature. I like what she brings to the game, to women's college basketball. It's definitely a needed thing to have in college basketball. And tis the reason why she makes so much money in NIL endorsements. And I'm going to tell you this, I don't feel she can play another year and come back and play another year for LSU, which I would say to her, make your money. Make your money. Make your money. Unless you can make more money going to the WNBA, then by all means go to the WNBA. But only go to the WNBA if you know that you can make more money. Now, there's something to be put on the tail end. You have to wonder, make sure that can remain healthy, which I think she can. But at the end of the day, this game was electrifying. I feel that the referees got it wrong because if you're going to kick Camilla Cardosa out the game, then you needed to kick flau'jae out the game as well. The way when she fouled the freshman phenom for South Carolina. This is her right here, the freshman phenom right here, Miss Malaysia Fulwiley. The way she fouled her by really trying to pull her whole shorts down, and then not only fouled her, she actually swung her arms into the neck of was the other USC player, Ashlyn Watkins. Ashlyn Watkins did not hit her. Ashlyn Watkins did not push flau'jae. She was just excited because that was a good play that her teammate, which was Malaysia, had made a steal off on flau'jae, and flau'jae did not particularly like it. And so she swung her arms at Ashley. And then you had Camila. She had saw what flau'jae did, and she went up to flau'jae and pushed her. And flau'jae, it was a little bit of acting involved with flau'jae. It was a little bit of acting, but she did nevertheless pushed her, and she fell to the ground. Now, if Camila got ejected for pushing her, then flau'jae should have got ejected for swelling her arms and hitting Ashley. Point blank, period. There's just no excuse. If you're going to suspend, if you're going to kick Camila out the game, then flau'jae should have been kicked out the game as well. Not only that, check this out, y'all. Flau'jae, come to find out in the game, flau'jae brother actually came from out of the stands onto the basketball court where she got directly behind Camila Cardosa and really was saying some choice words to her like he was going to defend, which that's why he was on the basketball court to defend his sister, and he was going to fight Camila. Now, that's not a good look. That's not a good look. That's not a good look at all. He definitely probably going to get, he definitely was arrested. Now, whether he's probably going to go to jail and they're going to have to post bail and this could come a court situation, that remains to be seen. The way Don Staley had commented on the post game, and she said that, hey, emotions are high. This is what happens when you're playing at the highest level in college basketball, and both teams are trying to win a championship. Tempers are going to flare up. It was a very competitive game, and this is why I want people to understand, man. If you ever had an opportunity to play college sports, man, this is the norm. There is nothing new about this. This is normal for players' emotions to get high. You're trying to win a basketball game. There are a lot of things at stake. And even though this is college basketball, you have college players, top college players that are getting paid millions of dollars. And this is a lot at stake. This is almost like professional, because there are a lot of things that comes into stake, especially when you're trying to win a championship, which they was trying to win the SEC tournament championship. And the USC Gamecocks did just that. Now, with that being said, I'm gonna say this: they're saying now, because the referees has ejected Camila Cardosa from the game, she will not be able to play in the first round of the NCAA tournament, which that is significant. That is big, because Camila plays an important role for the USC Gamecocks. But with that being said, I believe Dawn Staley has her team ready and prepared, which this is why during the season she was changing up her lineups, so that way players can have that experience and to be able to play. Now, I do believe they're going to win their first game in the NCAA tournament, and then Camila, based off on what I'm hearing, what they were saying during the game, she will be able to play in the second round. Now, with that being said, let's talk about it with LSU. Let me tell you something, man. The aggressiveness that Angel Reese was playing with, there were a couple of times where she threw some elbows. And I'm not saying Camila was innocent in the situation, so both of them was jaw jagging back and forth. I did like the fact most of the game the referees let them play. I do like that. Most of the game, the referees allowed the teams to play. And that's why I feel when you're having a stage like this, where it's two teams that work hard to get to the championship round, it's very important to let them play out. Now, there's a certain point in the game like this one where they had no choice but to, I guess, eject, what I'm saying, some players from the actual game. But if you ejected Camila, then you damn sure should have ejected flau'jae from the game, because I feel flau'jae started the whole situation. Far as from the game, let's just kind of break it down. The freshman guard for South Carolina showed out. Malaysia Fulwiley, she played a hell of a game. Let me just say this. She played a hell of a game, and she should definitely be one of the reasons why the South Carolina Gamecocks won the game. Camila, she played good. Pow Pow. Let me say about Pow Pow. I think she hit some shots, but Pow Pow kind of struggled a little bit. Tisa was really a non-factor in the game. Ashley Watkins, she played good. She's always going to play her role in the game, play at a very high level. Let me tell you something. Bree Hall for the South Carolina Gamecocks played phenomenal. I told you, man, she's a shooter. Raven Johnson, I like Raven Johnson. Her hustle, her ability to play defense and to hit shots on the offensive side of the ball was very good as well. And Dawn Staley, her coaching was very good again in this game. She was able to withstand the actual run that LSU got on, and she was able to make some adjustments. And you can just tell with Don Staley as the head coach, she believes in her players, but she controlled the tempo of the game and how she was directing her players to know when to speed up, know when to slow down, what plays to call, who to get the ball to in certain points of the game was very important. And that's the difference in coaching. Now, with Coach Mookie for the LSU Tigers, man, she coached her ass off, man. She's a great coach, especially with the talent that she has. Let me tell y'all something, man, with LSU, the LSU Tigers. Let me tell you something, man. They have some ballers on they have some ballers. Let me tell you something. Anissa Morrow. Oh my God. Anissa Morrow. Let me say this again. Oh my God. That's the one that had the kind of black eye. You know what I'm saying? She can ball. She reminds me like a young Charles Barkley, man. I'm being real with y'all, man. That girl can ball. She can rebound. She is very aggressive. And she can shoot. She can shoot. Let me tell you something, man. The LSU Tigers got some dogs on that team. And Anissa is about that life. Anissa is about that life. And I was very shocked to see how well she could play the game of basketball. Haley Van Lith, let me tell you something, man. No doubt she can shoot, but a lot of her shots for me came up short during the game. And a lot of that could have been because maybe she was tired or a little tight because the pressure was on. And you had that freshman guard for USC. She made a couple of gestures when she had scored on Haley. She was just saying, "You too small, you too small." Raven Johnson was doing that to her as well. When you have players, some players are able to step their game up when the stakes are high. And when you have a freshman guard like Malika, let me make sure I don't butcher her name, like Malaysia Fulwiley and Raven Johnson, you can tell they took the matchup very seriously. Let me see. Gamecocks LSU score. Let's kind of break this down. So it's 72-79. And I did watch the whole game as well. So you had, look at that. Look at this right here, man. Malaysia Fulwiley scored 24 points. 24 points. You see it right there at the top. 24 points she scored. 8 from 12 from the field, 4 from 4 from the free throw line. Then Anissa, let me tell you something for LSU, 19 points. She balled. Now, the field goal percentage wasn't that good, but I'm telling you, she balled. Pow, 5 assists, 2 turnovers. So assist to turnover ratio was 2.5. Camila Cardosa, let me kind of go in and look up the full box score so we kind of break it down. So Angel Reese right here, as you can see, Angel Reese, she had 15 points. Anissa Morrow had 19 points. And then you had flau'jae, she scored 13 points. And then the white girl, Van Lith, she scored 14 points as well, okay? So that was your top scorers for LSU. But let's kind of go down to South Carolina. Cardosa, she scored 8 points. And let me tell you about Cardosa. You know, I feel for me personally, I feel I will want her. She missed some easy shots, but I would like for her to be a little bit more aggressive on the offensive side of the ball and have that mentality of scoring first and then passing if you're crowded. Because I feel by her being 6'6", 6'7", she has already an advantage over a lot of girls at this level, even at the highest level, D1 college basketball. And I feel she can score the basketball at ease. So if she ever turn that switch on in her head that I'm going to be aggressive today in this game and I'm going to have that score first mentality, she can easily, and I mean this, guys, easily score 20 points. Then you had B Hall, she had 9 points. Raven Johnson scored 9 points, and Pow Pow scored 12 points. And 24 points came from the freshman, Malaysia Fulwiley. Let me tell you something. She is electrifying. She is electrifying. There's some parts at some points during the game where I wish she would not go full throttle all the time, knowing when to kind of pull it back a little bit. But she had a great game today, and she was a big reason why the South Carolina Gamecocks were able to pull it out and win the SEC tournament championship today at 79-72 score. I went live earlier today. I had to delete that video because my settings in my Streamlabs wasn't correct and my volume was muted. So I know now you should be able to hear me. Everything is taken care of. But I had said earlier the score probably was going to be, I said South Carolina was going to win the game. I gave them a point spread of 10 points, which, almost had it 10 points apart. And I also said that South Carolina was going to score 82 points, which I came close, and LSU was going to score something like 69 points. So I was pretty close, man, pretty close. With that being said, man, y'all let me know y'all thoughts on about the call, what the referees had did to eject Camila Cardoso from the game, and do you feel that flau'jae should have been ejected from the game? Y'all also let me know in the comments that do you feel now that the Lady Gamecocks are the favorites to win the NCAA championship? Let me know in the comment sections. Until next time, man, y'all stay tuned to the next video. But you know what? Man, let me go ahead and continue to talk. Now let's talk about the Lakers, man. Let's kind of get into with the Lakers, but I'm probably going to separate that and probably create a thumbnail for that. So I'm going to wait to do that and go live on that to talk about the Lakers win against the Milwaukee Bucks. But hey, y'all already know there are free ways to support my YouTube channel, Royal Figures. You can go over to my YouTube page. If you're not a subscriber, subscribe, hit that subscribe button, like my content, engage with my content as well. And you can also purchase merch on my Royal Figure store. You can purchase merch over there, or you can go to www.royalfigures.org and you can purchase my merch from our website. Definitely, I appreciate all my supporters getting close to hitting 10,000 subscribers. Continue to support me, man. I'm going to continue to bring great content with my commentary and my analysis on sports and also other trending topics that's going on in the news. Until next time, man, y'all always know my motto, man. Keep your head on a swivel. Make sure you watch your association and your environment because it will equals positive or negative influence.